I felt quite lost. And I was quite emotional all the time, and I didn't know why.
Welcome to the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast, the show where we shine a light on the incredible businesses, community leaders, and local legends shaping our town. I'm your host, James O'Donnell, and today we are joined by Elle Pearson. Elle, great to have you on the show.
I'm honoured to be here. Very honoured. Thank you for having me.
Oh, the honour's ours, I'm sure. Elle, for those of us who don't know you yet, who are you and what do you do here in Bishop Stortford?
So I am Elle Pearson. I'm the owner and founder of the Inner Smile Project and Wellness Hub, which has been around now for about a year. I teach meditation. I'm a transformational coach. Transformational coach sounds quite huge, but it's more like a life coach. So if people are sort of quite stuck in where they want to be or they feel discombobulated, I can help them bring them back to where their soul path needs to be. So I work with teenagers too, and I work with adults. My youngest client is 6 and my eldest client is 80.
Fantastic. Sounds like you're busy. You've got lots of fingers in lots of pies trying to make the world a better place.
Yeah, I'm really passionate about it. And I always said that I was going to retire when I was 45. And the hub came to me at that age. So I feel like I've retired and I absolutely love, and I am so passionate about what we do individually and at the Wellness Hub. It's really evolving into something quite beautiful. And the people I've got around me that work at the hub is just delicious. It's just wonderful.
What was your spark then at 45 to make that happen?
I've just put that out there, haven't I? Oh, God. So I, for 22 years, I was a performing arts teacher. So I taught actors, teenagers to go off into the industry. I was in the industry myself, and I always did visualization, relaxation with them. So where they started to relax and visualize to become in the character. And then it just started to sort of not feel as passionate. And then I felt quite lost. And I was quite emotional all the time, and I didn't know why. I had a beautiful family, beautiful, life, and there was something missing. There was a part of me that was missing. So I went on a mindfulness course, a 6-week mindfulness course, and it blew me away. And I thought, this is what's missing, and I have to share it. And then I trained. To be a mindfulness meditation coach. And I've done various trainings since then. It's been about 12 years now. And then weirdly, the hub that I have found. So I manifested this hub, saw it, knew it was going to be on a farm, knew that it was going to have beams. And that was it. And I just sort of put it out there, manifested it for about 4 years. And my hairdresser, who I went to for 6 years, it was next door.
Wow.
It's just unreal. And then it just came available. And I went in and it was full to the brim with so much stuff. But there was beams, it was on a farm, and there was a window. And if you ever come to the space, this window is just magic. And I knew that it was the hub. I knew it was my space. And the first lady that walked in, she said to me, this feels like home. And everyone feels like that when they walk in. It's just a delicious, wonderful place that's growing. It's lovely.
Today's podcast is brought to you by a great local business helping people take back their time in Bishop Stortford. If your weekends are getting swallowed by cleaning instead of time with your family, I get it. As a dad of 2 young boys, I know how fast those moments can go, and I've been let down by cleaners before. That's why I use Time For You Cleaning. They're reliable, friendly, and give you one less thing to worry about. If you want your time back, head to timeforyou.cleaning and let them know the podcast sent you. Get back your precious time and support local. Right, back to the show. Fantastic. So who do you think gets the most out of this? Who's this for, really?
It's for everybody, and I want everyone to come through because the classes are for all abilities. We don't want to say, well, this isn't for you. You've got to come and try it. It's very restorative. We work quite spiritually. We're not that woo-woo, but the teenagers, I think for me, I always thought once I left sort of FE, the teenagers would go. They don't. They've followed me, and I've even got some of the students I used to teach. They still come in and see me, and I coach them. So I think it's for everyone. I want it to be for everyone. I want more men to come through the door. I'd really like that. I think because it's quite small-ish, you really feel quite held. So it's people that want rest. They want their time back. Yeah, I think I want to say for everyone.
What do you think stops men walking through the door?
You know, it's funny. I was watching something yesterday, weirdly, and this guy was saying, you know, we don't talk about emotions. We've not been allowed to talk about our emotions. It's so stereotypical that men are not allowed to cry. They're not allowed to really, truly say how they feel and to be held in a space. And funny enough, couples have started to come where the wives have brought their husbands, and I've done coaching with them, and I've had tears. We've hugged, and I think it's a relief. And I've got a boy, and I'm very much about talking with him, talking about how he's feeling. So this generational of block changes. It's so important. It's so important to hold men as well as women.
I'm going to share a little bit now. So one of the things that happened, I remember when we had our first son, Noah, going back to work, and I was asked, I'm not a man here, just trying to make this about me, by the way. I went, go back to work, and there was like, how things, how's the baby, how's Charlie? Yeah, everything's all good. Right, okay, let's get on. And there wasn't for want of a better word, there wasn't the nomenclature, there wasn't the language that existed for me to actually talk about what was happening, what work meant, what family meant. And I'm totally unpracticed about how to talk about that kind of thing. But I was like, okay, right, work, right, let's just kind of get on with it. But for me, there needed to be a space there. And for other guys that I've spoken to, it's like even now, when I've spoken to them about it, it's very difficult for us to speak about it because we don't know the framing and the words to use. That's my experience. Is that something you've
Yeah, I think
encountered?
I think that's absolutely 100%. And there's a book, and she gives an example of that. Her husband goes to see somebody who their mum's sort of not very well, and they've got cancer, but they've just had their first child, and they're going in this bubble of stuff. And he gets home, and the wife says, "So, how is she? Tell me everything that's going on." And he went, "Well, we didn't talk about it. We just didn't talk anything but." And, I've spoke about this before. I feel sorry for men in the sense that, we have antenatal groups. We have I don't know what I'd do without my girlfriends and how we talked about it. And I think that's got to change. That's got to evolve. And I think they've got to feel safe to do that. And I think this is masculinity not to want to do that. And that stems back to wherever. And it's still carrying on in 2026. It's got to change. So I really do want more men to come forward into this space.
Interesting. It's a big thing to talk about. Male mental health is a real
100%.
Issue, and it has links to so many other facets of how society is built. Yeah. So if there's more opportunities for that to happen, that's fantastic. What are you working on at the moment, Elle? What are you most excited about for the rest of the year?
So I'm so excited for this year. We were talking about this. So this is the year of the horse. We're just letting go of the snake, so shedding that skin, shedding old patterns, and we're going into this horse, this this power, this energy, but this stillness and this tranquility as well. So there's lots of things happening at the hub. We've got vision board workshops happening. I'm carrying on with my transformational coaching. I love working with my teenagers and my adults. Lots of people finding who they are, finding skills that they didn't even know that they'd blocked. And when we're open and when we're in joy, coming into that creativity. So there's so many things happening. This must say woo-woo. I said we weren't woo-woo, but this sounds woo-woo. So I asked the space a lot what it wants. And when I was opening the space, it was a bit like, oh God, I don't know what I'm doing. But the space said to me, the people will come, and the people are coming. And the teachers that are coming, the specialist teachers that are coming to hold a space for beautiful souls is just phenomenal. So I'm excited about growing that hub, exciting what's coming and what the space needs for the community.
Awesome. If someone's listening to this now, Elle, and they're resonating with what you're saying, and they want to come along, what would experience feel like if I turned up, walked through the door? What should I be expecting?
I'm going to say the L word, love. And literally you're held. You will feel instantly calm as soon as you walk through the door. You're always greeted with a herbal tea, by the way, just that goes in the hand. And if you come to the workshop, you have cacao and things. We do cards, we do breath work, and we give you tools that not only can you use in the studio, but you can use at home. So it's not just a standalone thing, it's a lifestyle change. And you will just feel like you've had a deep, reassuring massage. And there's lots of mindfulness coaching tips that I do in my groups and individually so that they can go and apply it to their life. Yeah.
Wonderful. And if someone does listen to that and really wants to come along and get involved, where can they find you?
So the Inner Smile Project is on Instagram, so you can go and click on there. And in the bio, you can click on the workshops and the group bookings. But also in the next week, my website is coming. So it'll make it easier for people to navigate around what the services I offer and connect with the teachers in the hub too.
Fantastic. Well, what we'll do is we'll put links to your socials and to your new website in the show notes. So if anybody is listening to this and they feel like they want to go and experience what you're offering, or they might know someone who might want to come along, we can get that shared with them very easily. Elle, are you ready for some Stortford Spotlight questions?
These were really hard. So hard, because I know so many beautiful people. But yes, I think I'm ready. Go.
This episode is brought to you by It's a Wash Thing. They're a local home-based laundry service here in Bishop Stortford for busy families who just want one less thing to think about. Free pickup and delivery, eco and non-bio washes, and everything comes back clean, folded, and actually sorted properly. If laundry is one of those jobs that quietly drains your energy, It's a Wash Thing has you covered. Search It's a Wash Thing on Facebook or check the show notes. Right, back to the show. Fantastic. These are 3 super fast questions that we ask every guest that comes onto the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. Sorry that they were so hard, Elle. First question. If you could put one sentence on a billboard in Jackson Square, what would it say and who needs to hear it the most?
You've always been enough. So you've always been more than enough, actually. And that's for teenagers. I want them to hear that, because when a teenager hears that, and when I'm coaching them and they hear that and you see them, there's a feeling like no other. So yeah, you've always been enough, always.
Is that something that's a recent development in teenagers, do you think? Or is it always been there? Is there a pressure that teenagers are feeling more so?
I think it's been like this, but I think it's gone like that. And I think it's because life doesn't switch off. And I think that everything is accessible all the time, social media, and people, we talk about this all the time, and that peer pressure and how they fit in. I was coaching a teenager the other day, and she said, I just don't feel like I fit in. I just don't want to go down that route of social media and boyfriends and all of that. I just want to be me. So we were talking about that, and obviously that phrase comes into it as well. So yeah, I think we've got to really look after our teenagers. I really think so. And also as well, just from COVID, they're still catching up. Emotionally and physically, they're still catching up. I think that's quite important to say too.
Interesting. Another deep dive there. We could talk for hours about that, I'm sure.
These are supposed to be quick. Sorry, okay. James.
So we're good. Okay, question number 2. Where do you go in Stortford that you secretly hope never gets too popular?
See, this was really difficult, so difficult, because I go to so many amazing people. But I want to say that there's a gentleman, and I'm not advertising my hub here, I'm advertising him. He does do sound baths at the hub, but he's called John Dollop, and he's Nutritious Sounds, and he does the most amazing sound baths, and he does them all around as well, and in Bishop Stortford. And he's just a good guy. But he holds you, and he's the most generous. He works for charities. He's just amazing. So if you don't know him, look him up. But yeah, I hope he doesn't get too busy because he's just amazing. And I want him to keep him at the hub. So yeah, here's him.
What's a sound bath?
You've never seen a sound bath. So a sound bath is where you've got gongs, big gongs, and they play them, and the vibrations and the frequency reset your body. So this is what I want you to come to. So basically it just switches the mind off, and it just allows you to go into this beautiful bliss of peace. And then there's bowls and rain sticks, but that's only a snippet of what you can feel. And it's just lovely.
Cool. Last one for you.
Yes. Okay.
Who's doing something special in town that more people need to know about?
Okay, so this is for Bex Lund, and she owns Reiki Shine Yoga. She is one of the most purest spirits I know. We work together as well, but she works so hard, and she's so powerful. She does Reiki, she does yoga, she's so knowledgeable, and I love her, and I think she's amazing. And yeah, she's just the best. So yeah, it's her.
Where is she based?
So she's based, I keep saying the hub, but she is part of the hub, but she, she does things outside the hub too, but she's based in Hatfield Heath with me. So yes.
Fantastic. Do you want to give a shout out again for your website? So if anybody's listening, they can come along, see what's going on, and your Instagram handle?
Yes. So the Instagram is the Inner Smile Project.
We will link to those. I'm sure people are going to listen to this and want to tap in to what you've been sharing today. Now, that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
Easy. If you're listening and you've enjoyed this episode, the best way to support our show is to hit follow, leave a quick review on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, share it on your socials or with someone else in town who might not be on social media that you might want to hear about what's going on in Bishop Stortford. And if you've got a local legend, someone like Elle, Elle was recommended to us by Sue Tillett, who's my personal booking agent at the moment. If you've got
another legend,
she is a legend. If you know someone who you think should be on the show that we should be shining a light on, drop their name in the comments, drop me a DM, and we can get them booked in so we can shine a light on the work that they are doing. Elle, thanks again for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elle. This episode is brought to you by True Tone Media. If you want a podcast, testimonials, or a better way to tell your story, but you keep feeling stuck because video feels awkward or cringe, that's exactly what we fix. True Tone Media creates conversational video for your business without that cringe. If you know you need to produce content but don't know where to start, hit the link in the show notes and we can have a chat. Okay, back to the show.